is in control. Hebrews 13 verse 5 and 6. Let your conversation be without covetousness, and be content with such things as ye have. For he hath said, I will never leave thee, nor forsake thee, so that we may boldly say, the Lord is my helper, and I will not fear what man shall do unto me. Regardless of your present condition or situation, God is in control. He knows you by name, and He knows your pain and heartfelt desire. He loves you with an everlasting love. He loves you with a love that is unique. He cares about you in ways that your mind can't comprehend. He hears your cry. He sees all you are going through, and He has not forgotten you. Close your eyes for a moment and just hear the voice of the Lord speaking to you, telling you, I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. Close your eyes for a moment and hear the voice of the Lord telling you that you are mine. You are my child. You belong to me. No one loves you the way God loves you. I sometimes feel sorry for unbelievers and for what they go through without God. At the point of death of an unbeliever, I am sure they are gripped with fear. Fear of not knowing what is coming next. Fear of not knowing what awaits after death. Fear of the flames of hell. But that is not what happens for a child of God. A child of God experiences death with no fear because they know where they are going. They know who they are going to spend eternity with. Revelations 21 verse 1 to 4, And I saw a new heaven and a new earth. For the first heaven and the first earth were passed away, and there was no more sea. And I, John, saw the holy city, New Jerusalem, coming down from God out of heaven, prepared as a bride adorned for her husband. And I heard a great voice out of heaven saying, Behold, the tabernacle of God is with men, and He will dwell with them, and they shall be His people, and God Himself shall be with them, and be their God. And God shall wipe away all tears from their eyes, and there shall be no more death, neither sorrow nor crying, neither shall there be any more pain. For the former things are passed away. For all eternity, God will be your God. That is something to look forward to. God will be your God. That is a future to look forward to. God will be your God. That is what awaits you after death. What is stressing you today? It means nothing when you look at your troubles through the lens of eternity. For all eternity, you always be joyful. For all eternity, you will never experience pain or disappointment or sorrow, but joy. Your troubles are small in the lens of eternity. You need to know that the eye of the Lord sees all things, and the ear of the Lord hears all things. God is watching. God is listening to you. There is nothing about your life He is not aware of. The psalmist says that He that watches over you neither slumbers nor sleeps. God is not sleeping over your matter. He is fully in control, and He is working in ways that you cannot see. God has not fallen asleep. God is in control. And Hebrews 13 verse 5 reminds us of God's promise not to leave nor forsake us. God is your guide and leader. Therefore we will not entertain any fear. David said that though he passes through the valley of the shadow of death, he will fear no evil, because the presence of God is ever with him. Like David, we should know that God is in control. That God is in your life does not mean you will not face challenges, but you are sure of your victory. The storms of life could billow against you, your health could be challenging, your finances could be challenging too, but God is over all. Job 14 verse 7 to 9 says, "For there is hope of a tree, if it be cut down, that it will sprout again, and that the tender branch thereof will not cease. Though the root thereof wax old in the earth, and the stalk thereof die in the ground, yet through the scent of water it will bud, and bring forth boughs like a plant." It is the dead that have no hope. Your living shows that God is not done with you. Job went through a lot of challenges and storms in his days, but he had hope in God because his breath was not taken from his nostrils. Job knew that his Redeemer lives, and he trusted in him. Job said, "Though he slay me, yet will I trust in him." He knew that God was aware of his predicaments. True to his words, in the fullness of time, God showed up in the life of Job and restored all his lost fortunes in double folds. If God did it for Job, He will do it for you. Don't give up on God, because He is in control. There is no situation beyond God's control. There is no challenge God cannot solve. Jeremiah 32 verse 27 says, "Behold, I am the Lord, the God of all flesh. Is there anything too hard for me?" This is a question from the Lord. Is there anything beyond His control? What is it in your life that you think is beyond God's ability? Remember that with me it may be impossible, but with God all things are possible. There is nothing too difficult for God to do. What seems like a challenge or a mountain before you is nothing before the Lord. Your situation may be beyond your control, but it is not beyond the ability of God. Sometimes God allows us to pass through certain challenges so that He can strengthen our faith by the testimony such challenge will birth. He is the creator of the universe, and He is the force behind everything on earth. Although Satan is the god of this world, he is not God over the children of the Most High. Your situation is at the mercy of God, not the devil. You are under the watch of God. If you believe this, your faith will be strengthened to receive the miraculous. God is in control, but inflation is running rampant. God is in control. But I have no money. I am alone. You are not alone. Remember, God is in control. He has taken you this far, not to leave you now.